Originally intended to appear in just one single game, Crash Bandicoot would later become a recurring character due to some factors. You will see such factors in this iceberg. Not a brother. As many people already know, Crash Bandicoot is not really a brother of Crash and Coco. He was created years later after the creation of Crash and Coco, so it's unlikely that he came from the same offspring as Crash and Coco. The Eastern Barreled Bandicoot lives for just 3 to 2 years, and there is a 5-year gap between Crash Bandicoot 1 and Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. If you are wondering why Crash and Coco are still alive, the answer lies in their mutation. Crash is at most an adoptive brother, rather than a biological one. Geronimo! Geronimo is an exclamation originated from the United States. It's been used by the United States Army Airborne since the 1940s. Crash uses this exclamation in Crash Nitro Kart and in Crash Team Racing Nitro Field when jumping. Fun fact! This exclamation is also used by voice actors of different languages.
Geronimo! Geronimo!
Geronimo!
Geronimo!
Geronimo!
Geronimo! Geronimo! Geronimo! Geronimo! Geronimo! Geronimo! Geronimo!
No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain is a proverb used since the 1980s as an exercise model that promises great value rewards for the price of hard and even painful work. The message behind no pain, no gain originates from ancient Greece. Crash uses this motto in Crash Nitro Kart.
No pain, no gain! Pain is fame! Se non soffri non vinci!
Sin pena no hay gloria!
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole is an expression indicating that an explosive detonation in a confined space is imminent. It originated from American miners who needed to warn their fellows that the charge had been set. The phrase appears in this sense in American state mining regulations, in military and corporate procedures, and in various mining and military blasting-related print books and narratives, such as during bomb disposal or throwing grenades into a confined space. Crash also uses this expression in Crash Nitro Kart.
Fire in the hole! Grenade! Out fire! Da hast du's! Explosione imminente!
Toma fuego! Y toma esto!
Come on. This is an original phrase actually. In Crash Nitro Kart, Crash says, "Yeah baby, come on," plus other words so fast that I can't even identify them. Funnily enough, this phrase is also available in different languages, translated.
Yeah, baby, come on! Justo, coma! Ouais, bébé, vas-y! Yeah, baby, los dos! Vai, dolcezza, dai! Così! Ora!
Sí, venga!
Indian Leg Wrestling. Crash asks Crash for Indian Leg Wrestling in Crash Tag Team Racing. The voice line can be triggered in the park.
Hey, Crashy, want an Indian leg wrestle? Maybe later then.
This voice line, however, doesn't fit the character in my opinion. Many characters are out of character in Crash Tag Team Racing due to how poorly the game was developed. Voice actors. Crash had 3 voice actors throughout the series. His first voice actor, Kevin Michael Richards, voiced Crash between 2001 and 2003. Next, Crash was voiced by Chris Williams from 2005 to 2008, and the third and the last voice actor is Aiki Amari for the remake of Crash Team Racing, which was released in 2019. Interestingly, Kevin also participated in that game, but voicing Stu. Mr. T parody. Crunch's 2005 design change made him look like Mr. T, and that's no coincidence. Even his mannerisms resembles Mr. T. It seems like the developers used to have something for Mr. T, because even the Titan Bouncer is a parody of him. Mr. T is an American actor and a retired professional wrestler. Universal's influence. Crunch was designed by Traveler's Tales' Craig Whittle and Universal's Sean Krenkel. It means that, although Universal Interactive Studios has done some damage to the franchise, they at least made some good contributions. Outfits in Wrath of Cortex. The Wrath of Cortex design has two variations for Crunch. One is the in-game variation in which Crunch wears green pants, and the other is a render which shows Crunch wearing grey pants. Which one is the original, you may ask? Well, considering the game is from 2001 and the official gaming guide is from 2002, the original design is the in-game design. The slight design change was likely made to enhance his appearance, instead of relying on a design that was made around console limitations. The following fact is not directly related to Wrath of Cortex, but I will still put it here because it is still a design change. The devs changed the color of Crunch's eyes for some reason throughout the series. It starts green like Crash and Coco's in Wrath of Cortex, then it switches to blue for some reason in Crash Nitro Kart, then back to green in Crash 2 Insanity, then brown in Crash Tag Team Racing, then black in Crash of the Titans and in Crash Mind Over Mutant, then blue again in Crash Team Racing Nitro Field. Original creator's opinion. According to the Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex fandom website, Crash Bandicoot original creators from Naughty Dog did not like the character for not fitting into the game. However, there is no source for that, so this information is likely false. Literate. According to a specific voice line from Crash Tag Team Racing, Crunch is illiterate.
I never learned to read!
But considering how many characters are out of character in that game, I dismiss this as non-canon. There is no evidence whatsoever that Crunch is illiterate. It is funny to think about a character that is very strong but very dumb. There are many characters that fit into this archetype when we look at different franchises. The Crash Bandicoot franchise already has Tiny Tiger for this role. Soldiers are also expected to have a good education, not just strength. Tiny Tiger, on the other hand, was mutated to be just a strong beast. Having two strong, dumb characters would saturate the franchise. Simpsons reference. Crunch makes references to other vertical entertainment games in Crash Tag Team Racing, such as The Simpsons Road Rage and The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Whiplash! Road Rage! Hit and Run!
German voice crack. His German voice actor had a voice crack during the voiceover.
Oh yeah!
Early story draft. An earlier draft of the story featured an alternate version of the game's climax and ending, which involved Crash battling Crunch in a mechanical robot suit. At the end of the fight, Crunch would destroy Crash's suit with a bolt of electricity. The resulting debris would render Cortex unconscious, destroy the remote control device controlling Crunch, and start an electrical fire in the space station. As the Bandicoots escape to resume their beach-going vacation, the ruins of the space station would crash land onto the island of Cortex's original settlement, conveniently allowing Cortex and Uka Uka to resume their world domination bids. Crunch to Insanity. Although Crunch was never planned to be a playable character, Traveler's Tales was planning to give Crunch more importance. There would be a museum on Insanity Island and Crunch would be the resident. The player would give him gems in exchange for unlocking galleries. Crunch would also appear on a small island, according to a concept art. There is an interview that confirms it. Therapist. In at least 2 Crash games developed by Radical Entertainment, Crunch says, "My therapist told me to avoid this."
My therapist told me to avoid this! My therapist told me to avoid this!
Elemental power. Besides being a mutant marsupial 3 times stronger than Crash, according to the game guide, and trained to be a super soldier, Crunch also used the power of the Elementals, a group of 4 ancient magical masks that control the elements of Earth, hence their name. Cortex could have used Crunch to destroy everything, but thankfully he was so obsessed with Crash that he just ignored the potential or even forgot about it. Unlike Crash, Crunch was created to be a super soldier rather than a general, and his code name was Experiment 1138. The Magazine. In Crash Mind Over Mutant, right in the beginning, there he is holding a magazine and looking quite interested. If Crash hits Crunch, Crunch will show the other side of the magazine. The magazine shows Coco Bandicoot. Considering how Coco is a minor character, I cannot understand why Radical Entertainment thought it would be a good idea to use Coco like that. At least she looks well dressed, but still, she should not have been used like that. Crunch shows no interest in Coco in the game, so this thing is an Easter egg. However, this is not the first time Coco Bandicoot is sexualized by Radical Entertainment. If you want to see more cases, check out the Coco Bandicoot Iceberg video.